Good morning, my dear students. Welcome you all back to our social class. We have been dealing with the chapter from economics, poverty as a challenge, and we saw in the previous class about the story of Sakal Singh and what this poverty shows us. And we also saw the recent comparison between the two case study because of which they are being under this condition. Now, today we'll see poverty as seen by the social scientists. So, what is this? How they are looking at this? Since poverty has many facts of its own, social scientists look at it through a variety of indicators. So, they are looking at it with a lot of indicators. Like indicators means an thing which says them that it is an cause for it. Okay, so usually they use certain indicators to relate the income as the basic aspect for the measurement of a person is developed or underdeveloped, and their income and their consumption means how much they are spending will be the major cause. But now you can find that that has been totally changed. Now you can find so many other indicators which are being included by the social scientists. Come, let us see what are the indicators that are being included by our social scientists to make a clear idea about poverty. So, poverty is looked through other social indicators like you can find illiteracy level. Illiteracy level means where they are not getting educated. Okay, and next thing is lack of general resistance due to malnutrition. So where they are not getting proper food, so because of that they get into the malnutrition. Excuse me. And lack of access to the healthcare. Yes, you can find the medical thing itself is really expensive for them already. Food itself is a basic need which they are not able to get. But think about the health condition and all, health care and all. They cannot go to the hospital for the healthcare facilities. Government is providing them facility by providing government hospitals, but you can find that the maximum of the poor people are not even going there because they feel that even there they are supposed to pay 50 rupees or 100 rupees, which is not even affordable by them. Okay, so and they do not have proper job opportunity, lack of job opportunity, and lack of access to the safe drinking water, which we saw previously. So the social scientists are stating that the people are not classified based on the income and consumption alone. Income means if a person gets 10,000 rupees per month and is spending 5,000 rupees per month, he's saving 5,000, then he will not be considered as the poverty person at all. But a person earning itself is 1,500 rupees, but his consumption is more than that 2,000 rupees means then he will be under definitely poverty. So it cannot be alone taken as a criteria to say that he is a poverty person. He comes under poverty, but we do have certain other criteria, or it is called as indicators like literacy level, like whether he is educated or not educated. Illiterate is there. Lack of general resistance due to the malnutrition. General resistance means when you get common cold and all, you should be very resistant enough. Only then within 2 or 3 days you can find the cold which get relieved from you. Okay, so those kind of things are there. And lack of access to the health. They're not going to the healthcare center at all, and they don't have proper job opportunity, and drinking facility is also merely very less for them. This is how they are looking at. If you see, scientists have analyzed about the poverty based on the social exclusive and vulnerability now becoming a very common aspects. So here you can find that number of poor people, and here you can find that the poverty ratio. So in rural and urban you can find lot of difference which is being prevailing. You can find this is how the changes is. You can see 1973 to 74 it is in rural area 56.4, in urban area 49.0, that is how. So combinedly you can find it is around 54 to 54.9. But when it comes to the poorer people, poorer section, you can find around 260 in rural areas, 60 people in urban areas. Combined you can find 321 will be there. Similarly, it is going on changing, like every year you can find it has been changing, and it is also getting reduced because of the social scientists who have included other indicators. And this is the survey which is being taken in the year of 2002 to 3. Okay, by the government of India economical survey it is. Okay, then this is the one more important thing. Then you can find social exclusion. What is this exclusion? How it can be called as an exclusion? According to this concept, you can find poverty must be seen in terms of having to live only in the poorer surrounding with other poor people. So here they say poor means he should live only in the poorer condition with the poor people. He is excluded from enjoying social equality. He is not supposed to get into the area and utilize the resources or enjoy his own life. It is totally exempted for him. That is why it is called as exclusion. Okay, and social equality is not there. For equality of better of the people is better surrounding. So it is not existing. Social exclusion can be both a type, a case as well as in consequence. It can be in cause also, it can be in consequence also. If you look into the many aspects, like broadly they are saying an individual or a group is being taken, excluding for the people like few facilities, benefits and opportunities that others get, they are not getting. If you go to an tea shops, the more average peoples are being given lot of importance to make to sit and have the, the tea and other thing. But if you see a poor people go, they're not even considered. They feel that they will not have money, so they why they are going to buy and drink. They'll just stand, see and go. That is how the mindset of the people is. And a typical example that you can see is the working of the caste system in India. Caste system which is there no in India, where we have different caste system which is prevailing, and the people are suffering because of the caste system itself. And India, in which the people belong to certain caste, are excluded from the equal opportunities. You see, in certain village, they will segregate the people and keep. If they are belonging to SC and ST, totally they will be away from the village area. They are not supposed to settle in the village area. They are not supposed to participate in the village functions or something like that. They will be totally excluded. So, social exclusion thus may lead to, but can cause damages also. And having a very low income, the people are trying to live their own life. So why they should be excluded from the society? Means that if they are included, the income of the nation also will increase, income of the individual also will increase. So this is the social exclusion. Then about vulnerability. Vulnerable section. Vulnerable means the danger, very dangerous condition. So vulnerability to poor is measured in such a way that a great portability of certain communication, like say members of the backward caste and or individual, okay, and widows, physically challenged. physically challenged, can find, like, and also you can find widows who will be there, and the backward caste, that is SCSTs. Okay, they will be included in the vulnerable section. They become an remaining poor people of our country. And vulnerability is determined by options available to different communities for finding an alternative living in terms of assert, education, health, and job opportunity. Here you can find this vulnerable section is trying to live in good condition of their life, even if they are not getting proper education, even if they don't have any asset, even their health is not good, and they are not getting even proper job opportunity. They are trying to live their own life. So if you see further, just analyze that on the basis of the greater risk, this group has been under the greater risk. At times even of natural disaster is also there, like because of natural disaster they might have lost their own properties and life and health. Okay, so this is also existing, like earthquake, tsunami, or terrorist attack might have happened. Additionally, you can see that analysis has been made on the social and the economical ability to handle this risk. So they are trying to manage the risk through the social and economical ability. In fact, the vulnerability, what they say is, has been described as an portable of being more adversely affecting. So this is what is adversely affecting the condition of the people living over that area. So when the people, whether he is being a good person, whether he is a rich person, whether he is a poor person, the nature doesn't know. So it will affect everyone, whether a flood or an earthquake or a simple a fall in the availability of job even make them people to go into the vulnerability of the society. So this is what is about today's class. We'll have a quick recap. So if you see poverty as seen by different social scientists, like they are not concentrating on the one important aspect like income and consumption. Along with that, they also include other indicators like illiteracy level and the lack of general resistance due to the nutrition, and lack of access to the health centers, lack of opportunity, and lack of safe drinking waters are being the major important cause for them. Then you can see that this is shows that the people are being under the poorer condition, and there are social exclusion which goes in two aspects, like it can be a cause for also, it can be a consequence for the poverty also. If you see broadly, when an individual or a group of people who has been excluded from the facilities like benefits and opportunities, that is the area, like from the better living people, then it is like really harming those society. So in typical conditions, like we say the example is the caste system which is existing in India. Because of caste system, you can find there is no equal opportunity given for everyone, and the opportunity has been lacking among the people. That is the one example that you can see. This is analysis which we saw about the vulnerability of the poverty ratio and the number of poor people. And we saw about the social exclusion, where they say that according to this concept, the poverty means the term of poor having to live with the poorer people only. They are not supposed to go into the area of the better people and enjoy the equality of the better people is being totally eroded. That is a wrong thing which has to be excluded from the society. The next thing is about vulnerability. In vulnerability, you can find this being described in great portable manner, like where it includes the members of the backward caste individuals. Even widows are being included, and you can find physically handicapped persons are being included. So they say that the vulnerable people are determined with an option, like availability is different community for finding an alternative living in terms. Even they don't have proper education facility assert, and they don't have proper health, and job opportunity. They are trying to survive their own life condition, which has to be taken care. And even you can find that further, you can see people who are being affected by the natural disasters like earthquake, tsunami, or terrorist attack may get into the poorer condition like vulnerability. That is also another important aspect. An additional analysis is being made on the socio and economical ability to handle this risk. So they're trying to manage the risk. In fact, they say that vulnerability is greatly potable for adverse effect. Adverse effect means if the effect is being totally changing the people's, like when bad time comes for everybody, it is like affecting them in all the aspects, not only in the jobs, not only in the disaster, not only in the physical health, even the job may lose for a particular person. So this is the about the vulnerability of the society. So this is what is about today's class, my dear students. Remaining we'll see in the next class. Thank you, my dear students.